to order the regular meeting of council for July 15, 2026 for 6 p.m. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move to approve the agenda with the following addition: 8C, surplus federal property.
Can I have a second?
I, Kurt Paulkins. Second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, council.
Aye.
We can't forget about Councillor Say.
Little delay. Okay, item 3 is the consent section. Can I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move to adopt the consent section.
Seconder?
I, Councillor Donor, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Any disclosures tonight, council?
Aye. Yep. Healing.
Guess not. Okay, public input or inquiries. We don't have anything on those. Okay, so item 6 is presentations, petitions, or delegations. Capital Region Service Commission draft bylaw handle rural community plan. And I'm going to turn it over to the folks from the Service Commission so they can start their presentation. Thank you.
Is it okay to present from here? Is it okay to present from here, or do I have to?
He's asking if it's okay if he presents from there, or do you want him here?
No, by all means, as long as you have a mic so everybody can hear you. Yeah, that's better.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and the public. The Council of Hamilton Rural Community is currently considering the adoption of a new rural plan. Before we proceed with the formal presentation, I would like to quickly discuss why we are undertaking the adoption of the new rural plan for the community. In 2023, the province of New Brunswick implemented the local governance reform, which resulted in the creation of municipalities and rural communities through the amalgamation and or annexation of portions of former local service districts. As part of this process, the Hamlet Rural Community was established, encompassing the former rural community of Anwell, along with portion of Kings Clear local service district. With the establishment of these new governance boundaries, the province also encouraged communities to develop updated rural plans that reflect their current geographic boundaries and governance structure. In addition to aligning with the new community boundaries, these updated plans incorporate current references to the provincial legislation and regulations, replacing references to older acts and provisions that are no longer applicable. With that background in mind, we are here this evening to present the proposed new plan, discuss its content, and ultimately seek council approval at the final reading of this bylaw. At present, Hamilton is governed by 4 separate rural plans, each covering portions of the newly defined municipal boundary. The proposed draft aims to consolidate these into a single unified plan that establishes consistent policies and zoning provisions across the entire community. This evening's presentation will focus on the key components of the proposed rural plan. The draft rural plan provided to the council is organized into different sections. Sections 1, 2, and 4 provides an overview of the plan and outlines the roles and responsibilities of council and BRAC in the development review process. Sections 3 and 5 establishes the community's objectives along with policies and proposals that guide future growth and decision making. Sections 6 and 7 includes the general and zoning provisions detailing permitted uses and development standards for individual properties. The plan also includes a Schedule A, which is the zoning map for the community. This is the most recent zoning map for the community. As part of the adoption process, the draft has been circulated to various Government of New Brunswick departments for review. This consultation ensures alignment with provincial regulations and compliance with the statements of public interest. The official comment period has been concluded and any comments raised have been addressed and incorporated in the draft. The draft was also presented to the residents of Anvil at 2 different open houses to gather feedback on the draft. The rural plan was also presented to the Planning, Review and Adjustment Committee of the CRSC on June 23rd where the PRAC recommended the Council of Hamlet Rural Community to adopt the new plan. In terms of public comments, we have received one request from a resident of Hanwell to amend the zoning for the property, and that information has been shared to the council. The overall intent of the new rural plan is to preserve the rural character of Hanwell. Modest or gentle increases to the density to help address housing needs and affordability. The plan continues to support the residential and resource-based activities reflecting the area's historical land use patterns while ensuring consistency with provincial policy directions. Recommendation. The Capital Region Service Commission recommends the Council of Hanwell Rural Community to adopt the Hanwell Rural Plan Bylaw 37/2026. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your information as usual. Is there anybody here tonight that would like to speak? They must, if they have to state their name and address for the record. Come up with the mic, please.
You might have to turn on the mic.
Hello? Can you hear me? Is this working?
Oh, it's not, you're loud enough anyway, you're probably fine.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Greg Indy, and I live at, I live at 8 Brookdale Drive, and I believe that you guys have received our request. Is that through you? So our request is that we remain as we are, as residential, rural residential, in the respect that we moved here on the premise of being in that kind of zoning that will allow us to live as we do. We have made our property into basically a little homestead and a hobby farm. And with that, we have livestock, chickens, and turkeys that we harvest for meat. We use them for the eggs. We also provide all that stuff to members of our community as well. And we don't do this at any cost or any expense to them. We provide it as people ask for and need it. And in doing so, we've also made our property into an edible property. So we put lots of fruit trees on there. And we have lots of gardens and greenhouses. And the whole idea is for us to be able to live sustainably on our own and to be able to provide to anybody else that may need it. As me and my wife were both military veterans, we did our time with the Canadian Armed Forces, and with that, we have seen a lot, done a lot, sacrificed a lot, and where we decided that we wanted to come to a community where we would be able to live the life that we chose, and we found this to be Hanwell. Now with the proposed changes, this kind of it's a big kick in the butt for us, as you know, we decided our entire lives on a place that we could live and be free in the way in which we wish to live, right? So with our property, we have neighbors to the left, neighbors to the right, and we've talked to our neighbors, and they have no problem with the way that we've been living. We don't infringe upon how they would enjoy their homes and their properties, but we do talk to them about anything that we do. And it's not like we do anything huge and drastic, it's just we want to make sure that we're being conscientious to our neighbors, right? With that, we also have a 3-acre lot, so not the standard acre and a half that most people have around here. So we are utilizing that property to be able to do the things that we wish to do and provide the help that we do. But also with that, with the property that we've created, we run a yoga studio as well from my wife's perspective, and she caters mainly to veterans, people that suffer trauma, anybody that's been in a high anxiety, any kind of abusive relationship. She has an extensive background in training in all these kinds of avenues. Plus, she brings in people that are qualified to give more direct kind of care and experience that these people may be looking for. And in partial to that, with our property, again, we include the gardens that we've created and the gardening. We do this for the people that can come, and they can actually come. We don't charge them. We don't make them, we don't work them into the ground or anything, but we give people opportunity to do something and learn something that is going to be beneficial for them in the future, for their own sustainability if they choose so. And also it gives them a peace of mind that they have a place where they can come and feel safe and have some tranquility. We also have immersive nature garden that, or trails that we put through our property as well, that you can walk through and enjoy the different types of birds and different types of greenery and foliage, right? So, and also behind us we have a huge expansive tree forest land. I don't know directly who owns it. I was told it was a specific farm that owned the property, but that it had been, I guess, allocated as green space and wetland, where then there was not to be any kind of development upon it. This I haven't got confirmed. That was just what my lawyer had told us when we moved here. And that was a big incentive as well for us to take the property that we did. Because of that, behind us, knowing that there wouldn't be any kind of construction or building or anything that would impede the idea of how we want to live, right? So, really what I'm asking for is that we just be grandfathered. We just be left as rural residential under the conditions of the current bylaws that are standing, for us to allow us to have the hobby farm homestead and to be able to, develop the property as we have and to continue to make it accessible to people that don't get that experience and that we would like to offer to them. So, this is for your consideration.
Okay, thank you for your comments. Ron, do you have anything to add to those comments or anything up right now? Or?
No, we had the opportunity to discuss via email, and all the relevant information has been shared with the council, so it is with the council at the moment now.
Okay. So where that's new to council, we'll certainly take your comments under advisement, and we will get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't see any other people having any comments. There's nothing written in or anything, Sherry? No, we're good to go. So I'll advise that the hearing is canceled for now, and we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is item 7, business arising from the consent section. We've got A, bylaw 37/2026, Hanwell Rural Community Plan, first reading by title. Can I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move that bylaw 37-2026, Hanwell Rural Community Plan, be given its first reading by title.
Do I have a seconder?
Councillor Jonas, second.
Do we have any questions, comments? No? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Contrary minded?
Councillor Say?
Can you hear us?
Aye.
Councillor Say?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Motion carried.
No.
Bylaw 37-2026, Hanwell Rural Community Plan.
Thank you. Item B, Silvermark Phase 2. Can I have a motion, please?
I, Councillor Stewart, move to authorize and direct the CAO to enter into contract with Silvermark for a term of 6 months with an investment of $45,000 plus HSD for a total of $51,750.
Can I have a seconder?
I, Councillor Jonas, second.
Okay. Any questions or comments? I'm going to start with Councillor Jones right away. We'll work our way around the table.
Well, I guess the reason I'm seconding this is, as we all know, it's a project that's been 2 years in the making. We've completed phase 1. We've worked with the province, and one of the things we should notice in this is not our project. We will not own this project. We are not paying the entirety of this project. We are, I guess we would consider very interested stakeholders. When this project was first presented to us, well, actually this project wasn't presented to us 2 years ago. This was a project that myself and 2 of the other councillors at the time had heard of, and we knew that there was a need for healthcare and seniors care in Hanwell, and we actually approached Silvermark and worked with them. They got them to come do presentations to council. They were in a couple times, and presentations of the possibilities. Went back and made a proposal to us that they thought that Hanwell would be an opportune place to have this kind of facility. And so we agreed to the first phase of it, which you have the details of the first phase of what's been done up till now. One of the big key factors of it was getting an expression of interest from the province, which we did through our MLA, Cindy Miles. We had one meeting with her. I suspect Silvermark has met with them more than once. I really don't know how often they've conversed. They came up with the concept and presented that to us. It's been very well received. I know when I was out in the past election, this was a project that I brought up numerous times indoors, and I received nothing but excitement about it. And I also have, from other times, I've run in provincial elections in the past, and one of the main concerns in Hanwell is the lack of seniors care, lack of any kind of medical, assistance, that type of thing. The plan that they presented to or suggested to us is very innovative. Will be one of the first 3-ish in the country. They're very well established other places, but not in Canada. So I've talked to various different people. I know I'm on the Economic Expansion Committee. The New Brunswick Alliance of Agricultural Alliance is more than excited about the possibility of the type of thing that we're doing here. And like I say, we are not a small community by New Brunswick standards. We are, we're bigger than a lot of the towns and villages, to be sure. And we have right now no facilities for seniors. We have no seniors housing, which this project is not just the home care, the in-house care that we need to look at. There's apartments, which we have none of now. We are limited as to how much development we can get until we as a group, decide to somehow promote, higher density housing. The day programs, there are people, and I know from experience with that, my brother and nieces have been looking after my mother now for 2-3 years. In her own home and not very close, and to get her into a day program where she lived was next to impossible. Here it isn't almost impossible. I believe there's one at the church. But other than that, this is a very, very, very monumental project, I believe, for Hanwell. And I'm really excited about it. Everyone else that I've ever talked to, whether they're young or old or whatever, in Hanwell, and I did knock on 550 doors, and I mentioned it at a lot of them. And like I say, people are very excited about the possibility of this project. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Councillor Jones. Moving on, Councillor Hyslop.
Okay, so I think this project's great. I have to admit, it's innovative, all of that stuff. My only concern, or one of my only concerns, is we received this amendment at 4:30 today, and I have not had a chance to look at it. So I would like more time to be able to look at this. And also, I believe the deputy mayor has sent around some information on deliverables that he wanted answers to, which we haven't had yet. So I just want a little bit more time to look at all of this stuff before we have a vote.
Councillor Stewart.
I would agree. I would like more time to review. I think it's a really great idea. I love it. It'd be great for Hanwell. My only concern is, if we vote yes and move forward with this, my only concern that I have is, and it's not in our control, but prioritizing our Hanwell residents for such an establishment.
Thank you. Councillor Walsh.
I have to echo the previous councillor's sentiments. It's just too much, too short a time. I can't go through all this in just a few minutes.
Thank you. Councillor Casey.
Yeah, I concur with my colleagues. It's a great possible facility and something that Hanwell can be proud of, but we're too short notice on the amendment, so we need to make sure we know what was done and not done on the first service agreement, and then have some time to consider the second service agreement.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Folkens.
I concur with Councillor Hyslop and all the other councillors. That's a great project. I also concur that the timeline shortness of this would not pass muster in most organizations, okay? That, they throw it on the desk at 4:30 and say, go ahead with it today. So I would say we need more time.
Thank you. Councillor Sett.
I agree with everybody else. I love the project. Think it's great. I think a little bit more time, but I would also say that I do know that time is of the essence for licensing and things, so I think that maybe, I don't know if something could be decided before August. I don't know if that's possible, but I think that maybe we should look at that as well, because it is something that I'm not sure if we can wait another month for. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Our clerk Sherry was on, I know she was involved with this amendment. Did you have anything to add to that?
Not the amendment. So if the consensus, we are not voting for this tonight, then we need to book a special meeting tonight for next week to get this through. Because if we don't get it in the next week, we're going to be bumping at the timelines, it's not going to work. We're going to pass, we're going to lose all of the momentum, we're going to lose all of, we won't, the project won't go forward. So I need to know if everybody's available next week for a special meeting. We might as well book one right now.
I can do Wednesday.
And could I also add to that, Henry?
You sure can.
Sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting, but just if we could get specifics on what additional information council would like, so we can make sure that we've got everything prepared and ready after the next meeting for them.
Okay, so it's councillors wish to postpone this until we get more information. But
Well,
again,
we're booking a meeting tonight, right now. We need to book a meeting, so next, you're saying next Wednesday works?
For me.
So there's a motion on the floor.
we're working on that. This is discussion right now. The motion's been seconded. So we'll probably have to either amend that motion or
We won't amend it, we'll just,
we'll postpone until next Wednesday. We come up with a date. I mean, time is of the essence on this project. If we miss this window, we lose the project. So what I'd like to see happen is everybody that has questions between now and our meeting, forward them on to our clerk.
no, not between now and our meeting, between now and tomorrow. I need the questions tomorrow. I need the extra things that you need tomorrow so that I can send those off to Sotomark and get those answers ready for you. So that I can hopefully have it to you for Friday morning so that you'll have the weekend to sit on it and then we can talk about it at the meeting.
On the
Is
22nd.
everybody in agreement with that?
If the 22nd works for everyone, I need to know if next Wednesday will work for everyone that's here.
So everybody's good for next Wednesday?
Okay, so next Wednesday,
Councillor Set?
Yep.
okay, so next Wednesday,
Special meeting at?
7 p.m.
Okay, so we'll postpone
July
this motion until everybody has more information, and we'll pick it up at next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Is everybody agreeable to that? That's council's wishes? Okay, moving on. Okay. Merge program. There's been some interest.
We need a motion to postpone.
Oh, sorry. Can I have a motion to postpone the motion on Silvermark until our next meeting at 7 p.m. on the 15th, I believe? No,
No,
sorry,
it's the
next
22nd.
Wednesday,
22nd.
22nd. So can I have a motion?
I, John Casey, move that we postpone the amendment to Silvermark until a special meeting Wednesday, 22nd July, 7 p.m.
Okay, have a second?
Councillor Falcons, second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carried.
Oh, sorry.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Councillor Satt. So we'll move this on until next week, Wednesday, where we have a special meeting. Councillor Falcons?
Councillor Casey had put forth a number of questions, okay? I'd be happy if those questions were answered
Fair enough.
from my standpoint.
Okay, because I read those questions this afternoon myself, so. Is everybody else, if anybody else has any questions, please get them to Sherry.
I would say tomorrow by noon if possible. Yeah, the time is of the essence.
Okay, we're good? Okay, moving on to item C. It's at our June 17th council meeting, statements were made regarding the merge program and the David Bell Memorial Park site plan, suggesting that our former CAO, Treasurer Terry Parker, move forward with that work on our own without council's direction. These comments were made by Councillor Susan Jonah. I want to remind all members of council of the importance of ensuring our comments are accurate, statements made in the chamber become part of the public record, and with that comes the responsibility to ensure that the record is fair and factually correct. Councillor Jonah and I have discussed this matter, and I understand she wishes to address council at this time. I'll turn the floor over to Councillor Jonah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not really sure why this is put into here is with the word retraction, because I am actually my statement that I made in answering Mr. Falcon's questions were factual to what I know about it, because we were discussing what I knew about that project, or if anyone knew about that project, and I said that really nothing, this was not a project that was initiated by someone at council. It was a suggestion made to council by our CAO, and the proposal was written up by her and then presented to council, which seems to be the issue. And it's not that she went and did the project by herself. It was initiated, that I knew nothing about the details of it, because the project that council had put forward had to do with roads. We had a discussion that night as to whether we would do any project or not, and decided unanimously that we would do one on roads. So later that week, she asked people what they thought of doing the one for David Bell Park. The majority of council agreed it was a good idea, and therefore it was submitted.
Okay, the only thing I'd add to that, the motion was moved by Councillor Jared Dooley, seconded by Councillor Holly Islip, and carried unanimously. Mrs. Parker was carrying out the direction of council, not acting independently for the benefit of the public record, to ensure these facts are clearly stated. Any issues?
No issues.
No issues. We're good? Okay. Moving on to new business. This is the village, which is a proposed addition to their reserve. That information went around, and the map and the plan went around, so people know what portion they're looking to have added to the reserve. And I think everybody's up to date with that, so can I get a motion, please?
I, Councillor Jonah, move to accept the correspondence regarding the proposed addition to the reserve villaging and authorize and direct the CAO to send a letter in support of the proposal. In support of the proposal.
Can I have a second, please?
Councillor Falcon, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Council. Item B is the Climate Change Adaptation Plan. Can I get a motion, please?
Councillor Stewart, move to adopt the Rural Community Panel Climate Change Adaptation Plan prepared by Stantec Consulting Limited.
Can I have a second?
I, Councillor Jonah, second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Councillor Said?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carried. Now, an item that came to us earlier today, but information went out, it was the surplus federal property. And what they wanted to know is if we had any interest in, any interest in that property whatsoever. If everybody's pretty well from Hannibal is aware, that's the fish hatchery property located at the entrance to Fish Village. It's just on the right. When you go down the road, it's on the right, and that's all the fish hatchery. So we've been advised that they're looking at possibly closing that down. So they're just putting a letter out there to see if there's any interest in that property when it goes up for sale, I suspect, which it would do if it was declared, excess property by the federal government. So what this motion is about, so we're not going to, doesn't say we're going to move anywhere with it right now, but they just wanted to know if there was a letter of interest, if we can express an interest in anything to do with that property, whether it be purchase or whatever we can do with it. And that's like a substantial piece of property. There's quite a bit of vacant land included with that. It would give us great access to the river for marina. Anybody want to put boats in the water at that time, we would own it ourselves if we could acquire it. So that's basically what the motion is tonight. It's not making any kind of a motion that we're going to go ahead with this. It's just expressing that we do have an interest in the property. Everybody clear on that? So can I have a motion, please?
I, Councillor Heisler, move to authorize and direct the CAO to submit an expression of interest to Public Services and Procurement Canada regarding the potential acquisition of the Fisheries and Oceans Canada property for potential municipal public purpose use, with the understanding that this expression of interest is non-binding and does not commit Hanwell to purchasing the property.
Can I have a second?
By John Casey, second.
Any questions, comments? Councillor Sapp?
I think we should definitely put attention into it. I'm very excited about it. I love the property. That's all I have to say.
Councillor Say is excited at the opportunity.
Yes.
Would you repeat that, Councillor Sapp?
Very excited. Yes.
Thank you. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Council. Okay, we don't have any proclamations tonight on item 10, or item 9, sorry. 10 is the upcoming activities. Hannibal Sports, June the 15th through August 21st. Registration closed full. Weekly Trivia Night, Hannibal Place, July the 27th, August the 10th, and August the 24th at 6:30 p.m. Item C, Weekly Kids Games, Hannibal Place, Wednesday starting July 8th through August 12th from 9 to 11. By registration at recreation@hannibal.nb.ca. Item D is the Strawberry Social, Hannibal Place, July 16th at 6:30 p.m. Outdoor movie. When this is a free event, Paul Bar, Mall Cop, Hannibal Place at dusk will be moved indoors if inclement weather. Blue Bear Social coming up on August 13th at 6:30 p.m. Hannibal Ball Hockey Labor Day Classic, September 7th, 2026, registered at Hannibal Sports. For information about our recreation sports events here in Hannibal, check our website under recreation or follow our Facebook page, Hannibal Sports and Recreation, for new events and programs. We do not have a closed session tonight. The date and time, location of our next meeting is regular council meeting, council chambers, August the 19th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Although we do have a special meeting coming up on Wednesday, the 22nd of July. And I don't know if we start.
Aye, Councillor Hesed, moves with it.
Councillor Stewart.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, council.